Welcome back, folks. We're going to give you a tour of the shop today and show you all the crazy stuff we do, all the different departments. We've got the showroom area here, which is turned into the interior area because we were running out of space. But there's got to be 30 some odd cars in here, so I'll get you a little view of it. And then coming up, what we're going to do in the following weeks is we're going to, showcase Mustangs and Camaros. So follow me around. I'll show you some real interesting stuff. Radical has a bunch of different divisions. So we have engine building, chassis building. We also have a number of parts companies. So this dragster here, if you take a peek at this is promoting our speed shop parts. This is going to be out running this spring here. It's got about 1,000 horsepower LS. We can move that horsepower up and down with the blower that's on it. It's got an interesting Mike Kirk's going to be driving it from Specialized Upholstery. And it's going to be fun to get it out because it's almost like our little test bed for our LS stuff, because LS and Coyote motors and stuff are a huge deal right now. So this is going to be a little bit of an experiment. In the front area here, just to show you around, these are all in for interior work. So we've done the paint, they've made their way to the front, and we basically ran out of room. So we've taken most of the showroom area just for interior work. So I'll show you a little bit. This is a 56 Buick Century. We're doing red and white interior in it, headliners in, seats are in. We're working on all the window trim and stuff right at the moment. What's really interesting on these 56 Buicks is they have so much trim on them. On this car, this was found behind a barn, then brought to us, and the chrome trim was in really bad shape and very hard to find. So what we did was we did you can see it's like a flat silver on it, and it looks really nice. If you, we've done the bumpers and the side trim on it, as you can see, and it's beautiful. We're just putting in the portals at the front and the handles, and then we've got the rest of the window rubbers, etc. And then behind us here is a 64 Impala. This is a 327 car, very nice. We've done disc brake conversion on it, fuel injection, redid all the front end. It's been painted, and again, we're down to interior work. And I'll just take you around these other two. We've got 67 GTO, which is an interesting one. So we're doing a motor on this, transmission, tires and rims, and wiring. And then in the interior, we're doing a custom interior with the 4 bucket seats. You can see the back has been started. The sound deadener in, the fronts are made actually. And we've got to put the carpet and run the wiring to the back, and then we'll do the gauges and the front wiring on it. So this is a real nice car. And then one I really like back here is a 65 Galaxy convertible. So again, this is another one that came from another shop. And we've done the body and paint on it. This has got a 427 side oiler with a 4-speed, highly unusual. They didn't come like this from the factory. We're going to drop this thing down. It sits way too high. We've got some really nice rims for it. So we're just sort of piecing all the rest of the stuff together. A lot of these, when we get them in from other shops, we start going through the boxes and, the heaters are gone in them. A lot of the other parts, now that the car is all nice and shiny, some of this other stuff doesn't look that great. So these are all great cars. They'll be all out here hopefully this summer. Most guys that are in this business know it's really, really hard right now finding parts. You'll get like 80 or 90% of it, and then you're down to the final 10. So hopefully that improves over the summer. I'm going to take you into this area here. This is assembly. We do a little bit of everything in this area. And then further back, we have metal fab, and then we have paint. And then we'll take you to the other side of the shop. There's more cars staged there waiting to be finished off. And then there's the engine room as well. So the center part of the shop. This is basically an assembly area. We do a lot of the wiring. Depending on how busy we are, we'll leave the car here to get all the suspension, brake lines run, stuff like that. This is one of my favorites. This is a 57 Bel Air, just a beautiful car. It's got a custom chassis, all Corvette suspension on it. It's got an LS3, 6-speed, custom interior, gorgeous paint. It's a sort of a spin on the GM Corvette color, the Rhythm and Blues. Beautiful car, lots of new trim on it. Some of the old stuff's been polished. Very, very nice piece. In the corner you can kind of see there's a Firebird up there. Same thing, body paint, motor's been done, transmission. Next up is to get the interior in it and get it going. There's a few missing pieces on that one. This beauty here is a 65 Vet. This is a numbers matching car. This sat in a container for, I believe, 22 years. When we got it, the paint was literally, would take an airline and would just blow off of the car. Once we started measuring the car, the one side was ½ an inch higher than the other. So the car had to be cut, brought back into shape. We've done all the drivetrain in it, the rear end, the transmission, motor's all been done, all the suspension and brakes are on it. And here we go again with waiting for parts. We're waiting on bumper sets, the original style of rims, side pipes, etc. So, you know, it's my gut feeling is it should have been out of here a year ago, last year. But this is what happens right at the moment with the COVID stuff going on, is we have to keep juggling and moving from car to car. I'll take you around to some of the other ones here. This one here is one of my personal favorites. This is based off of a Dynacorp body shell, and then we did the what they call the Eleanor body package on it. It's got a Fab 9 rear end. I think the rear tires are 345s. Wide, yeah. And then custom rims on it. We did a custom stereo system in the back with the roll bar. The seats are already made in the front. We haven't put them in because we're still putting air conditioning unit and stuff in it. This thing is a dart block with AFR heads, a Phi-Tech fuel system, and then we've got a ProCharger style setup for the front of it. It's 1,000 horsepower, so it's an absolute beast. This will be out shortly. We're hoping to get it on the road here after the May 2-4 weekend. So this is a 71, or sorry, 70 and a half split bumper. So this is an LS swap. We're not doing any body and paint. This is an LS swap with a 6-speed, tires, rims, rear end. We've already got the perimeter frame already made. This is an old mock-up motor that's here. It'll be a nice little car when it's done too. He's decided on a rim style that's going to look really sharp on it. What else do we have here? Wow, we've done a custom frame under this one. Floors in it. We've got a 455 that's just getting put together, which I'll show you in the engine room. So we're going to do the W27 rear end and make it look like an original car. It is a recreation, so you know, a numbers matching one would be worth a lot of money. This one here, 1950 Ford. It's got a big honking diesel that we put in it, so we're making custom front suspension and steering for that one. There's so much stuff here. This one, there's a long story to this, but I'll give you the short version of this Bronco. It came out of the States. Somebody had swapped an Expedition V6 and an automatic in it. It's a twin turbo. It has larger turbos on it now. We had a heck of a time with this truck. It had gone through 2 shops, got all tore apart, couldn't get it to run. All the wire, there was 450 codes in the ECM on this, so all the electronics have been done. The owner of the truck saw a color we'd sprayed on a Cobra, really loved it, so we're actually doing the paint on it next. What else we got? Over there we've got a 69. It's a Firebird, which we're switching into a 69 Camaro, and then it's going to have a 572 with a 6-speed. and custom chassis as well. This one here is a multiple different names for it, but I call it a Malibu, but they're Beaumont, basically Acadian Beaumonts, the Canadian version of them. As you can see, this thing has got some serious work to do on it. We've got the frame, the motor, we're doing a 327, freshening all that up. We've got a ton of metal work to do on it in the next little bit here. Behind you, I got one question for Dave.
The Don.
So, you know, when you look at that Charger, what do you think? Think it's outstanding?
Outstanding.
Get that into you, Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis.
Well, we've got a Cobra chassis, made in-house. All the A-arms. Rear suspension is the 2018 Mustang. Independent rear that's going in there. Front is all made in-house again by the Don over here. He's the chassis dude, painter slash body guy. Even dances, I hear.
Let's see a little jig.
Not today.
Not today? This is an interesting one. This is a B model Mac. It's been cut behind the cab, stretched 8 inches. Got a custom frame. We're doing F550 front. And we have a tandem set of axles for the rear, which are disc brake. It's going to be blue with white trim. It's 1,000 horsepower Cummins for this one. We're getting ready to blow that back apart pretty much any time now. So what else we got? We got a pretty sweet Chevelle. This came out of the booth. Just got primered. This is the custom box that I'll show you the truck next door. It's for a 50 Chev. Another Mustang. That's going in the booth next. It's a Coyote with a 6-speed Tremec. Fab 9 rear end, custom chassis as well. Let's have a look at the body shop. We've got another C10 64. That's going to be a real interesting truck. We've already built the frame for it. It's going to have a Whipple supercharged LS with a automatic, overdrive automatic. Big honking rims on it. We've got a guy out in California making the rims. 24 by 15s on the back, 22 by 10s on the front. It'll be a beast. There's just a lot of the side pieces, your doors from the Blanco, fenders for another truck. If you look back here, we've got 2 Novas, 69 and a 67.
Sorry, that's what year is that again?
That's a 69. And there's John.
Hey, John.
We call him Johnny Polish, but it's actually Polish because he does a lot of polishing. And then this 67, we're doing a chassis for it, narrowing the rear end. We're going to freshen up the motor on it, not a full build, just going to clean it up. And then there's a young lady up there sanding the roof of a square body.
Say hi, Shelby.
Hey, 36 Chev, Lincoln over in the corner. There's just stuff everywhere. If you like, we'll go to the other side. You can see some more of the stuff that's staged there. And just gives you an idea of the volume of cars that we get through here. Come on with me. A whole load of parts just came in. These are the panels for the Charger that's over there, up on my rotisserie. We got a little bit of everything here. This was a long box, 66 Ford. So we've shortened it up. You can see the beautiful body lines. We got it all matched up. We're narrowing down the rear end a little bit. It was way too wide. Like the rims are right to the outer edges. So we're going to use like a Fox body Mustang rear end in it. This one already has a decent powertrain in it, so we don't really have to do anything there. It's mostly interior, body paint, tires and rims. It's going to be like a Nardo gray with black accents. Pretty sharp. 69 Camaro that's in for a LS swap. Motor's in, transmission's in, fuel tank and all that stuff's done. Well, of course, we're waiting on air conditioning units, gauges, which we should have shortly. Apparently the things are starting to pick up a little bit, so we're starting to we're being told middle of April to the first week of May. We're waiting on 7 units for air conditioners, so vintage air, let's go. You know.
Maybe we can get some brand deals out of this too. Eh?
This is kind of a peek. You can see the blue. This is the body shell. We actually make these ourselves. This is the body shell for the chassis that's next door. It's a Radical Roadster.
Nice.
Right? And this is one I'm hoping I can actually get to at some point because it's mine. And it's been sitting around for years. So I'm trying to make a deal on an LSA and an automatic for it. And we're gonna do all kinds of little custom features on it, which, you know, I'll get to it at some point. It's like the plumber with the leaky pipes, you know.
How much horsepower are you hoping that this?
It's about 800 horse.
800 horse.
Yeah, I gotta get to the grocery store faster. So what else? We got an AMX. So it's in for fuel injection, interior. We're doing some rear suspension and front suspension mods to it, turning it into a 4-link coilovers, stuff like that. So it's not a full job, which is nice. We do partial work as well. Prime example, another C10. This is a good customer of ours from years past. This is for his wife. And we're doing sorting out a fuel injection unit for him. Rear end gears were really doggy in this thing, so we put a set of 373s in it, stuff like that, so it should make a big difference. Let me see. Now the box I showed you in the back, this is for this truck here. And we're just starting to lay out the interior. As you can see, the brown door panels, it's like that distressed look. Seats are already made. We've got a custom console for it. The headliner is going to be the, what do they call it, a Starbright?
Starlight, like the Rolls Royce Stargazer, I don't know.
50 optic tubes.
Fiber optic,
fiber optic in the roof. So it's going to look like the sky at night. So it'll be kind of interesting. And the box in the back, obviously we custom made that for this truck. So, and it's the same with the running boards. The running boards actually curve out and fit in to that box. So there's a lot of nice little features on that. We have stuff in this one here, 91 Chev, we'll show you the motor and stuff. We've already done the motor. We're doing exhaust, rear bumper, all kinds of stuff. So it's more of this is a very sweet truck. It's a nice driver. Guy keeps in really nice shape. So it doesn't need a lot. Just we're giving it a little bit more horsepower and it'll be good to go. So this beauty, we actually did this car a couple of years ago, and there was literally nothing left of it. If I recall, I think the only thing that's original on this car is the roof and part of the firewall. It was gone, this thing. It's got a nice 600 horse small block, 2.4 barrel car. Goes like stink, pretty fast. Back in, we're just tweaking the back window. Originally, we couldn't get a back window at the time, so we put the original one back in. So we've got them a new one because the original one has some scratches in it. We're changing that up. Just some minor stuff, suspension adjustments and stuff like that. And then this one just came out of the booth recently. And Bill in the back here is doing a, how's that for a scoop? So, yeah, this is a recreation of her stoles. So we've done all the paint on it. We've got a 455 that we're putting together. Black interior with a bit of gold striping in the headrests. White top. It's going to be a nice car. It's a sweet car. It's in real nice shape. Now it is. And of course then we have, you know, guess what? Charger out of Texas. We've got some blasting done on this and made a decision that we're going to, we can repair these, but we have a set of new ones. And as you can see, once you get the blaster in, you can see what's underneath. You know, up in here you've got it as well, down in the bottom. You know, so we'll go through that, make a decision if we're going to repair them or replace them. I'm thinking we'll replace at this point. But even these that we take off, we'll probably put them up for sale because there's probably somebody that wants an original. So we can probably do the metal work on it. We'll put them up for sale. We'll see. We won't get rid of any of this stuff yet.
What's this over here?
Huh. This is a mock-up block for the Hemi that's going in that. So, when you're feeling real tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hemi power.
Hemi power.
And what's the expected horsepower on the Dodge?
On this, about 1,200 horse.
How much?
1,200.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we got this transmission sitting over on the other side. We ordered all the tubing. There was, man, got to be 160 feet of tubing for this thing, because there's, you know, it's going to have a full cage in it, all tubular, even down the center section of it. So it's going to be a tough car, like strong. I want it strong for the amount of horsepower that it's getting. So let's have a quick peek in the engine room. There's Bill. And here we go, we're in the engine room. There's Bill puttering away. So he's working on 455s and 400s. 400 Pontiacs and 455s. You got them all, the bottom ends all buttoned up. That small block over there is for the 91 Chevy pickup that we were just looking at outside. So it's a nice clean area, gets all the assembly done. And then next up is, some of these are getting aluminum cylinder heads, some aren't. So we've got cylinder heads sitting over there that are already have been ported and polished and stuff. So everything's done in-house. The only thing we go out for most of the time is maybe chrome. Everything else is done here. So don't be shy. Got a project? Come and see me. See if we can squeeze it in between the other 35.
37.
I'm sorry, 37. Till next week. See you later.